I'm going to read from 2 Samuel chapter 21, starting in verse 15. It says, "There was a war again between the Philistines and Israel, and David went down together with his servants, and they fought against the Philistines. And David grew weary. And Ishbi-Benob, one of the descendants of the giants, whose spear weighed 300 shekels of bronze, and who was armed with a new sword, thought to kill David. But Abishai, the son of Uriah, came to his aid and attacked the Philistine and killed him." I want to stop for a second and just paint a picture of what's going on in this chapter. A war had broken out between the Philistines and Israel, as it often does. The tensions between them had boiled over many times, so this was nothing new. David, who was not only king, but a brilliant warrior, was trained in skillful battle tactics and strategies, and he found himself up against a warrior named Ishbi-Benob, and I love Bible names. Ishbi-Benob was a giant, towering over David by several feet. From head to toe, he would have been fully armed and highly trained, and no one else would have been sent out against King David. Underneath the armor, he was a man of significant stature and strength. In each of his hands, he carried a weapon. In one, a bronze spear that on its own weighed 7 to 10 pounds, which might not seem like a lot. But if you've ever tried to even hold your arms up for a long time, it gets really heavy after a while. And then let alone holding a spear and trying to use it accurately in battle, this was a force to be reckoned with. As if that wasn't enough, the text tells us that in the other hand, he carried a brand new sword, meaning it was sharp and it was aggressive and it was ready for battle. Ishbi-Benob pursued David. The Bible says that he actually thought to kill David. David was the one that was on his mind. He was his target. And he knew that if he could strike King David, that he could defeat the nation and win the war. And I think this is exactly how the enemy works. He looks for the anointed. He looks for the called. He looks for the kings and queens. He locks them in his mind with determination, and he focuses on taking them out. Abishai took notice of this. He saw the intent of the giant to attack David. Simultaneously, Abishai also saw the weariness and the vulnerability of David as he was growing tired in battle. Abishai responded to what he saw. He took action and he came to David's aid. His strength became a replacement for David's weakness. His weapons did what David's could not do. Abishai attacked the giant and killed him, and that day Israel defeated the Philistines thanks to the watchfulness and the care of Abishai on David's behalf. As I sit and I reflect on our time as students at PBC, I'm reminded that each one of us has come against some really big giants. A giant came against David even though he was a man of skill, but even men of skill get tired, and men of tired end up vulnerable, and when we're vulnerable, we end up at risk. And we need a trusted friend to come to our aid. Graduates, as we've grown in skill, we've learned how to fight. But there have also been times of tiredness, and there have been times of vulnerability. We've faced financial pressures, family issues, cars breaking down, sometimes a lot. We've made mistakes and we've let people down. And we've had dorm duties as if living in the dorms wasn't enough of a battle on its own. We've dealt with health issues and worried and wondered about where God was leading us. And in spring 2020, the giant that is coronavirus presented us with a plethora of new challenges and pressures that we had not yet known. Friends and family, you have watched us as we've faced giants. The spears of the giants that we face are heavy, and their swords are really sharp, and their armor is solid. They're really tall, and they're really strong. By no means have you stood by, letting us fight the battle on our own. You've picked up your sword, and you've committed to fighting with us when we've grown too weary to fight on our own. You've prayed for us. You supported us financially, and you've encouraged us and fought for us when we were too weak to fight on our own. Today, on the behalf of the class of 2021, I want to say thank you for being our Abishai. Graduates, thank you for the times that you've been an Abishai for someone else and been an Abishai for me. Today, graduation, it marks the end of a battle that we've been in for the last several years. But as you move into the future and all that God has for you, you're sure to face more battles. This is not the end. This is only the beginning. When you're in the middle of a fight, don't forget to slow down, look around, and take notice of who's growing weary. Move towards others who are in battle and help them overcome. Support them when they're weak. Class of 21, let's go and be an Abishai. Thank you.